After the devastating fall of Bukhara in 1220, the Mongol war machine, under the direct command of Genghis Khan, turned its gaze eastward. The Khwarazmian Empire, once a formidable power, now faced an existential threat as its heartland lay exposed. The next great prize, and a symbol of Khwarazmian defiance, was the magnificent city of Samarkand. Bukhara's swift capitulation and subsequent destruction sent shockwaves across Central Asia. It demonstrated the Mongols' brutal efficiency and their psychological warfare tactics. The Khwarazm Shah, Muhammad II, had fled, leaving his empire vulnerable and his people in despair. Genghis Khan's strategy was clear: dismantle the Khwarazmian state piece by piece. The capture of Bukhara secured a vital strategic point and provided a base for further operations. The Mongol forces were now poised to strike at the very core of the Khwarazmian dominion. Samarkand, the jewel of Transoxiana, was a city of immense wealth and strategic importance. It boasted a formidable garrison, estimated at over 100,000 men, including a contingent of 20 war elephants. The city's defenses were considered impregnable, with a strong citadel and a deep moat. Despite its apparent strength, the Khwarazmian leadership within Samarkand was fractured. Internal divisions and a lack of unified command plagued the defenders. This disunity would prove to be a critical weakness against the disciplined Mongol advance. The Mongol army, having replenished its supplies, moved swiftly from Bukhara towards Samarkand. Their approach was characterized by overwhelming force and psychological intimidation. The fate of Bukhara served as a grim warning to the inhabitants of the next target. Upon reaching Samarkand, Genghis Khan employed his characteristic siege tactics. He encircled the city, cutting off all escape routes and supply lines. The sheer size and speed of the Mongol army demoralized the defenders even before the main assault began. After only a few days, the city's Turkish garrison, fearing the Mongols more than their own Khwarazmian commanders, opened the gates. They hoped to secure their own safety by betraying the city. This act of treachery sealed Samarkand's fate. The Mongols poured into the city, and the ensuing destruction was immense. While some artisans and scholars were spared, the majority of the population faced a brutal execution at the hands of the Mongols. Samarkand, once a beacon of Islamic civilization, was reduced to ruins. With Samarkand fallen, Genghis Khan's primary objective shifted to the capture of Khwarazm Shah Muhammad II. The Shah's continued existence posed a threat to Mongol authority and could inspire further resistance. A specialized detachment, led by the brilliant generals Subutai and Jabe, was dispatched to hunt him down. This pursuit was one of the most extraordinary cavalry campaigns in history. Subutai and Jebe, with a force of perhaps 20,000 men, relentlessly tracked the Shah across vast and challenging terrain. Their mission was to prevent him from regrouping or raising new armies. The Shah fled westward, through Persia, seeking refuge wherever he could find it. The Mongol pursuit was relentless, covering thousands of miles in a matter of months. This chase demonstrated the incredible endurance and strategic prowess of the Mongol cavalry. Muhammad II eventually found a temporary sanctuary on an island in the Caspian Sea, where he died shortly after. However, his son, Jalal ad-Din Mingburnu, continued the resistance. Jalal ad-Din proved to be a more capable and determined leader than his father. He gathered a new army and inflicted a rare defeat on a Mongol detachment at Parwan. This victory, though minor, infuriated Genghis Khan, who personally led his main army in pursuit of Jalal ad-Din. The chase led them to the banks of the Indus River in November 1221. Jalal ad-Din, with his back to the river, prepared for a desperate stand. The Battle of the Indus was a fierce engagement. Despite his valiant efforts and tactical skill, Jalal ad-Din's smaller, exhausted force was overwhelmed by the superior Mongol numbers and strategy. In a final act of defiance, Jalal ad-Din leaped from a cliff on horseback into the Indus River and swam to safety, escaping the Mongols' grasp. Though he survived, his army was annihilated and his power effectively broken. The battle marked the end of organized Khwarazmian resistance. The campaign from Bukhara to the Indus was a testament to the Mongol army's unparalleled military might and strategic genius. It showcased their ability to conduct rapid, long-distance campaigns, conquer fortified cities, and relentlessly pursue their objectives. The destruction of the Khwarazmian Empire opened the door for further Mongol expansion into the Middle East and beyond. The events of 1220 to 1221 fundamentally reshaped the political and demographic landscape of Central Asia. This period solidified Genghis Khan's reputation as an unstoppable force. The campaign served as a brutal lesson in the consequences of disunity and underestimating a determined, innovative enemy. The Mongol tide had swept across Central Asia, leaving an indelible mark on history.